Genghis Khan. He was a Khagan of the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan was born as Temujin in likely 1162 at Kentiy Mountains, Mongolia. His father's name was Yesügei, and mother's name was Hoelun. His father was the chief of their tribe. When Temujin was only 9 years old, he was sent to live with the tribe of his future wife, Bort. By this time his father had been poisoned by some enemy Tartars. He returned to his home tribe to become the Khan. Upon returning home, Temujin discovered that his family had been betrayed. Another warrior took up the role as Khan and kicked Temujin and his family from the tribe. They barely survived by themselves. Temujin was not one to give up, however. He helped his family to survive the first horrible winter and then began to plot his revenge on the Tartars for killing his father. Though Temujin's marriage to Bort, at the age of 16, who was fixed by his father when he was just 9 years old. Over the next several years, Temujin began to build up his own tribe. His army of warriors continued to grow until he had a large enough fighting force to take on the Tartars. When Temujin finally fought the Tartars, he showed no mercy. He decimated their army and executed their leaders. He then began to conquer his enemy Mongol tribes. He knew the Mongols needed to unite. After conquering his greatest enemies, the other Mongol tribes agreed to ally and follow Temujin. They named him Genghis Khan, or ruler of all. Genghis was a brilliant general. He organized his soldiers into groups of 1,000, called gurans. They trained each day on battlefield tactics and used smoke signals, flags, and drums to send messages quickly throughout the army. His soldiers were well armed and were taught to fight and ride horses from a young age. They could control their horses using only their legs and fire deadly arrows while riding at full speed. He introduced a written code of law called the Yasak. After uniting the Mongol tribes, Genghis turned to the rich lands of the south. He first attacked the Xi Xia people in 1207. It only took him 2 years to conquer the Xi Xia and get them to surrender. In 1211, Genghis turned to the Jin Dynasty of China. He wanted to exact revenge over these people for their treatment of the Mongols. By 1215, he had captured Yanjing, presently Beijing, the capital city of the Jin, and the Mongols ruled over the northern part of China. Genghis wanted to establish trade with the Muslim lands to the west. He sent a trade delegation there to meet with their leaders. However, the governor of one of their cities had the man of the delegation killed. Genghis was furious. He took up the command of 200,000 warriors and spent the next several years destroying the cities to the west. He went as far as Eastern Europe, destroying everything along the way. He was merciless, leaving no one alive. The land to the west was called the Kwarizmian Empire. It was led by the Shah Alabama ad-Din Muhammad. The dynasty was brought to an end in 1221 when Genghis had both the Shahs and his son executed. Genghis returned to China and died in 1227. No one is quite sure how he died, but many people think He was injured in a fall from his horse. He named his son Ogedei as his successor. "If you're afraid, don't do it. If you're doing it, don't be afraid," said Genghis Khan.